I'm Tori, and today I'm going to be reviewing the book Monday Starts on Saturday by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. This book was translated to English by Andrew Bromfield, and I listened to the audiobook narrated by Ramiz Monsef. So this is an incredibly fun, zany kind of fantasy, almost sci-fi book. As far as I can tell, it was published in Russia or the Soviet Union in 1965 and then published in English in 1977. Those numbers might not be quite right. I had a little bit of a hard time finding accurate information. So this is the story of a computer programmer who is driving across Russia in the 60s in the middle of a vacation, and he picks up a couple of hitchhikers who convince him to come work for their university. And they work at the National Institute for Technology of Witchcraft and Thaumaturgy, or NITWIT. So this is a university all about studying magic and different magical things that happen. And it's so much fun because the authors obviously knew a lot about the way universities work, and this book is a lot about magic and wonderful, fantastic, crazy things. And then it's a lot about the bureaucracy of a university, and it's so much fun to watch the juxtaposition of these incredible, breathtaking, magical things with all the mundane university politics. So this book's approach to fantasy reminds me a little bit of the way Terry Pratchett handles it whenever you are at Unseen University in his Discworld books, because this university's whole purpose is to study magical, fantastic things, and it looks at them from a very scientific perspective. And all the things we learn about magic are handled in a very scientific way, and they feel like they relate a lot to physics, and a lot of the science is made up, but it's made up in a way that feels like it could very easily correspond to the science in our world, and it feels very grounded, and it's so much fun to watch these wonderful wizards who are basically old, stodgy academia people running around and studying this stuff and just looking at the physics behind all these magical things happening and studying very mundane little things. And I love it that the things that they get excited about are not the things that the reader gets excited about. So you'll see fun, magical things like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. And then you'll read about something that seems fairly mundane, like, oh, but this breaks a law of magical physics, and we're so intrigued by this, and we may have discovered something new. So this book is definitely not plot-driven. It doesn't even really have a whole plot structure, really. Mostly it's just three little snippets of, like, a couple days in the life of Sasha and seeing his interactions with this university. And it's really just about the different way that the characters interact with each other and how zany and quirky and unbelievably hilarious they are, and just the funny things they say to each other and the way that they react to these situations. There was a quote at the beginning of the book that I didn't write down, but the general gist of it was that Sasha, the main character, realizes that he is in a very magical situation. And most people in fictional stories at this point in time would spend lots of energy trying to prove to themselves that they're really asleep or this can't be happening. But he says, even if I am asleep, I am thrilled that this is happening and it could all go away, so I'm not going to spend any time thinking about how this could possibly be true. I'm just going to embrace it and enjoy it while I can. And some of the magical shenanigans were so much fun. It starts out with Sasha spending the night on someone's couch, and it turns out that this couch has all kinds of magical properties, and people are always trooping in and out of his bedroom trying to study the couch, or steal the couch, or get their hands on it in some way, and it's just so great. It was also very fun. At the university, people have developed a way to make doubles, which is a person who looks just like you, and can walk around and do one very specific task. So, like, it can wait in line for you to get your paycheck, or it can keep feeding wood into a fire, or it can do something very simple and mundane. And it seems like this great, amazing thing that they've discovered how to do, but they use it for the most mundane tasks, and it's so much fun to see the boring little things they use their doubles for. And then at one point, the main character realizes that it works out very well to pretend to be your double. So if he sees someone he doesn't want to talk to, he'll just do an impersonation of his double, and they will assume that he's not really him and walk away. Or another time, two characters are having an argument, and one of them is really mad at the other one, so he quickly makes a double of the person he's having the argument with and punches it in the face, and then dissolves it and makes it go away, and then goes right back on with the argument. And I just thought that was amazing. I thought the title of this book was very appropriate for the story, because I had never heard the expression Monday starts on Saturday before, and so I thought this seemed like a very quirky, zany, kind of time travel-y kind of thing. How would Monday start on Saturday? And then, halfway through the book, they use it, and it really means that no one at the university likes to take a weekend off, and on Saturday, they treat it like a Monday and go right back to work and get started on their week's projects. So I love it that the title both has this kind of weird, mysterious, zany vibe, and is also unbelievably practical and mundane, and that is the perfect summary of this book. It combines those two things so well. Oh, and one of my favorite things about this book was that at the very end, you finish the story, and there is sort of an endnote afterward thing written by the main character complaining about the authors of the book and saying that they really didn't know their science, and they took quite a bit of artistic license with it, and he does not approve of their writing style at all, and just criticizing the authors so much, and I thought that was hilarious. So I would highly recommend this book. It's great for anyone who loves quirky and zany stories, anyone who loves fantasy, anyone who has worked in academia at all and gets tired with the mundane bureaucracy of it, or anyone who gets tired of any kind of bureaucracy. This book is just so great, and I had so much fun reading it.